Hello everyone, today we are going to learn how to use absolute value block, which is also called as ABS in Simulink. So the block is known by the name ABS only, but as we know the mathematical expression of absolute, what is the absolute value of any number that we know, the same is implemented in the block. So it will be present in Simulink library browser under math operations as first block ABS. So ABS signifies the absolute value. So whenever a negative number appears at the input, its positive value will be shown. So let us apply a sine wave at the input of this block. I'm keeping the amplitude as default, -1 to +1, and I'll insert a scope to see the output. I'm making two inputs to the scope. One I'll give the sine wave as it is as the input, and one I'll give as output. So I have a comparison between the input and the output. Direct comparison between input and output. So I have given a sine wave to the absolute block, and I have connected a scope at the output. So the negative cycle will be clipped and converted into positive. So it is kind of half wave rectifier, like sine wave, half wave rectifier and full wave rectifier, and the input will be a half wave rectifier, not half wave, but a input voltage sine wave, and the output will be a full wave rectifier. So let us run and check the output. As I told you, it will be, as there is an overlap, we cannot see it clearly. So I can go and I can change the layout so that we can see two different waveforms of input and output. Yeah, and I'll say view legends. So you can see this is the sine wave and this is the full wave rectified output. Okay, for the same wave. So this was the case when the input was sine. What if my input is a ramp wave and the ramp starts from some negative value? Because if we give a positive ramp, there we cannot see any change because the positive number will be passed as it is by this absolute block. We will check that also with constant value, but with signal, let us start with the initial value of -20, apply, and I say OK. And I'll increase the slope so that I'll also have some positive values with me. Let's see if this works, otherwise I'll have to again increase the slope or the simulation time. So I'll run and I'll check the output of the scope. So what I feared, the same happened, that the value is coming up to 0 only, not beyond 0. So it is just an inverted graph. Like this is my ramp from -20 to 0, so it is becoming +20 to 10. Okay, so it is slowing down with a positive value. Yeah, absolute value. So let us run it for more time, or let us make the slope as 3, apply, okay, and again run and check. Yeah, so as I wanted, the values are going from -20 to +10. So as you can see, from -20 to 0, then again it is going positive. When the values actually become positive, this will be the zero crossing. The same zero crossing, after the zero crossing, the same waveform appears, the same as positive, but the negative is inverted. So as you can see, this is how the absolute block works on a ramp which starts from negative. Okay, now let us apply a constant block with a positive value and a negative value and see what happens. When it's a constant block with a positive value, the same value will be, the input and output will be identical, because the absolute value of a positive number is a positive number. So yeah, the same. Plus 10 plus 10. Input and output both are identical. Now I make the same constant as negative. Minus 10. Then the output will be plus 10. So it will be inverted. So yeah, plus 10. Minus 10 is the input, but the output is plus 10. So it always returns a positive value. Absolute block. That's the use of absolute block and how to use it in Simulink. Thank you.